Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a journal share. So these are the journals I've been working on most recently. This is my Christmas collection and I'm so sorry that it's late. I really wanted to have my Christmas collection done before December so that if you wanted to, you could have the option of using the books throughout the whole of December. But I ran out of time and instead of deciding to finish these off and sell them next year and make them available with next year's collection, I thought I'll just put them up late, and hopefully that's okay. You can still use them for journaling this Christmas. You could do some backtracking, or you could use it as a photo album, or if you wanted to, you could use these books each year. So you could just do a couple of pages this year and then a couple of pages for next year and so on, because they are bigger books. They're not necessarily December daily type of books, but they can be, so you can use them however you want. As you can see, there are 5 in the set, and the covers are all made with these vintage deer decals, and I'm pretty much out of these now. I was given these decals by one of my good friends, and yeah, I've kind of been using them slowly over the last couple of years, but this year I decided to do my whole collection based around these images, and I wanted to try a different size to what I usually do, and so I did a 6x6 size, and I really like how these little books feel in your hands. So let me just show you up close each book. So this one is a green toned journal. If you look closely at the covers, they have a really slight textured effect where you can see a gold sort of glistening on it. And then this one is the only book with this image. I only had one of these, and of all of the books in this collection, this one is my favorite. I always tend to have a favorite, and so this is the one that's been tempting me to keep, but I'm going to put this one up for sale. So this is what it looks like, and then these are the charms for this book. So lots of fun Christmassy charms. There's a rocking horse, a key, a nutcracker, there's a little wooden teddy bear, and there's these cute little like cookie cutter charms, which I thought were really cute. So a Christmas tree one. And as I was doing the charms on all of these books, I was kind of trying to pick out beads that reminded me of Christmas tree ornaments and charms that sort of reminded me of, like, I guess presents you might open on Christmas or that kids might open on Christmas and stuff like that. So they all have slightly different charms, and the back's just plain. And then they all have these closures, so there's 2 different types. There's this darker black one with the embroidery, and what I did was I put it through the eyelet and then I stitched it, so it's just one tie on each cover, like the front and back cover, and then you can tie them together to keep it closed. I will show you inside the books in a minute. I'll show you the rest of the covers up close. So next is this one. This one is kind of a blue. I don't know if the colour is showing up very true in the video, but it's like quite a vibrant, rich blue, and it's got the same textured look on the cover. And this one has the lighter version of this pretty trim closure. So this one's the white one, and again just sewn on through the eyelet. And then the charms on this one are done much the same way, slightly different pieces chosen on each book. So nutcracker, little wooden heart, and then different sorts of beads and charms. So there's a little star cookie cutter charm, a little pine cone, little charm that says believe, and just other little pretty pieces hanging from the spine. So there is that one. Then we have this one, and this is just a paper bag full of stuff. Just a little bit of extra pieces to go inside the journal. So this one is like a light green cover, or a lighter green than the other one, and it's also got that textured look on the cover with the gold. This one also has the darker trim for the closure, and this cute little image of the deers, and then on the spine there are the charms. So lots of cute little pieces, a little wooden house, a little key, little pine cone, little gingerbread man, Christmas tree, Just lots of pretty little things hanging from the spine, and they all have different coloured stitching as well. So there's that one. And then we have this one. This one has the same image, but this is like a really deep blue colour, almost like a navy, and then it's got that gold textured look to it as well. And again, that's just a paper bag, it's not attached, it's just kind of hanging out. There is the back. This one again has the dark trim, which I think is so beautiful. And then there is the charms on this book. So again, nutcracker. This little button reminded me of a candy cane. And then just various types of beads, glass beads, wood beads, buttons, another little wooden bear, little pine cone again, and all the same sorts of things. And they all have little jingle bells as well. So there's that one. And then the last one is this one, and this one's kind of like a blue tone again. This one's more like a greyish purple blue, I suppose, a greyish purple blue, but hopefully you know what I mean. It's kind of just a strange tone of blue. And then it's got that same textured look to it, the gold, and this one has the white trim, which is beautiful. And this sweet little image again, so cute. I've used this same image on a December daily of mine a couple of years ago, and it never gets old. It's so cute. So there's that. And then this one has the purple cord and all the same sorts of charms. So little gingerbread cookie cutter, little chopping board, and all different types of beads, buttons, little wooden piece, little wooden house again. So there is that one. So as usual, I'm not going to go through every single page in every single book. I'm just going to give you a peek into each book so that you can see the different colour tones and pages and things that they have. So I'll start with this one, which is my favourite, and this one has lots of green tones inside. They all have the little library card pocket, and then they all have a little paper bag with some extra little goodies. Inside on each signature I've done a little bit of gold or silver rub-ons. So that one says Hope, and then throughout there's different pockets that have been stitched with little bits and pieces tucked inside. So there's some craft paper, different Christmassy calendar paper, some vintage ledger paper. This is a Tim Holtz, like little, I forget what they're called, but they're like the little boxes that you get, or little box pieces that you get. I decided to cut off the little tabs and just use them as little photo pockets. So this is just a piece that I've tucked in. You can take that out and you can use this as a photo frame. And then on the back side, one of the sides of that, I left on, and I stitched it so there would be a little tuck spot on the back of that. Just various papers in each book. This is some glittery fabric ribbon, which I used as a pocket in each book, and then there's some more vintage ledger with writing on it. So lots of pretty papers and just different types of pockets, but not too much. I like to leave enough room to make it your own and to be able to use each page however you like. So this is a cardstock page which has a pocket at the bottom of each. Then this is a pocket off the side of the page like that. And there's some more rub-ons. This was out of an old, I think it was a Kiki K planner from a couple of years ago. This is another pocket there. Some more vintage ledger, storybook pages. A little pocket there, vintage ledger. Some double-sided paper, another pocket there, another little tuck spot there, and another rub-on. Just lots of different pretty patterned papers, different types of ledger paper as well. Pocket here. There's another rub-on. More vintage ledger. This is a pocket up the top this time, and it's just got a tea-dyed tag tucked in there, and then there's another little tuck spot there along the top. a little pocket here. This is one of my Christmas linens and it's printed on sticker paper. So you can just peel and stick that down somewhere in the book. More rub-ons there at the top. An envelope here with a little postcard. And then at the back of the book they all have another one of these fabric ribbon pockets, and I've just made these little photo pockets. So it's just paper and cardstock stitched together, and then this is embossed, and you can just stick a photo in there and you can put that wherever you want throughout the journal, but I've just tucked them into the back of the book. They all have the same end papers as well, this red paper, and then there's just my little tag. So that is the first one, and they're all made pretty much the same way. They just have various papers chosen for each book. So they all have the same types of pockets and the same amount of pockets, and all the signatures are even assembled in pretty much the same order. So they're very, very much the same, just with different colours and patterns. So let me just flick through each one briefly. Just take a quick look inside this one, just so you can see the different variety of papers. This is another one of those Tim Holtz boxes, so this image pulls out and you can put a photo in there if you like. And on the back, a little tuck spot. So I'm going to flick through pretty quickly because I have other things that I need to talk about as well. So I just want to give you a quick look into each book just to give you a rough idea. There's another pocket there. And I always use different papers. If I'm using scrapbook paper, I always use different paper pads and mix them all together to get the look that I want in the end. So just by mixing and matching different paper pads, just sort of you can create your own vibe. I feel like when you use one paper pad, it comes with a very specific style to it, so I like to mix and match. There is the back of that one, and I'll show you inside this one. You may notice as well the front page and the back page in each book sort of match. They're slightly different, but they have the same sort of colours. So all the same sorts of papers again, and all the same sorts of pockets. And when these go for sale, I don't have a day and time set yet. I'm going to have that in the description box down below, so by the time I upload this video I will have all of that information ready for you guys, and you can check out the description box if you would like to catch the restock. These will go for sale up on my website, which I'll link down below as well, and there'll be a bunch of photos and stuff on the website so you can take a closer, longer look at each book after they've sold as well. So there's that one. So I think this one has lots of red tones. And all of the stitching in these books is done with red stitching as well, which I feel like adds a cute little Christmas touch. Little pocket there, pocket there. That's a little tuck spot at the top. And then an envelope here, and in the back again the same type of pocket with the same little photo pocket in the back there. So there's that one, and then the last one, this dark navy blue one, again just a paper bag full of stuff. So you can see the front and back end papers have the same colour tones in it. And again, I'll just flick through pretty quickly. All the same sorts of papers as each other. So some children's book papers, some ledger paper, little pockets, and craft paper. So I didn't tea dye any of the pages in these books, but there are a couple of tea dyed tags tucked into the pockets, and anything that's tucked into pockets you can take out and you can move around, or you can take it out completely if you want to. That's a little tuck spot pocket up there, which I've forgotten to slip something into. Up there is this one. So in the back again, you've got your little photo pocket. So that is the 5 in the collection that will go for sale on my website. And like I said, if you would like to catch that restock, I'll put all the information in the description box down below, and you can find out when that's going to happen. And I do have one more Christmas book here that's going to become available as well. This one is a little bit special. As you can see, it's quite different to the others. This one I made kind of taking some inspiration from my own personal journal, so with the same sort of tabs and things hanging out the side, and also the little patches on the cover. This one doesn't have an open sort of peepee hole on the cover like this one does, but it does have the same window look, and then they each have different fabrics and embroidery and stuff patched over the spine. So this book is actually going to go up for auction, and I think I'm going to do that on my website as well. So again, I'll have all the information linked down below. It's going to be a blind bid auction, but I'll get into that in a minute. So the story behind this journal is that I've been volunteering at Sweet Pea since we adopted Sugar. So that's the same rescue that we adopted Sugar from. And so I've been volunteering there once a week for about 5 months now. And I had it in my heart to do a couple of journals, like a dog and a cat themed journal for Sweet Pea, and put them up for auction, and then donate all that money to the rescue. And then this Christmas, when I was shopping at a craft supply store, I found a paper pad called Christmas Pals, and it was all about dogs and cats. And so because I already had it in my mind that I wanted to do a journal for the rescue, when I came across that paper pad, I knew that I wanted to do a Christmas one as well. So this is the first one. Next year I'm also going to have a dog and a cat themed journal each that will go out for auction again. That won't be Christmas related, but I really wanted to do a Christmas one using that particular paper pad because it was just perfect. So this journal is a soft cover journal, like my personal journal, and it's quite a bit larger than the 6x6s that I showed you before. This is what it looks like, and I chose this image in the front because it has it's like a subtle dog theme. It's got a little dog here with his family. Looks like they're picking out a Christmas tree, which I thought was really cute. And then I cut out this little dog from a little embroidered doily and just did a little doggy patch there on the front cover. And then down the spine you've got all of these fabrics and papers sort of patched over the cover. So I used some pieces of that same black and white trim that I used on the other collection, and then some scraps of paper and some little like little patchwork stars along the spine as well. So that is what it looks like up close. It's all stitched with red thread, and then again it's got lots of fun little beads and charms attached to the spine. So I used this little wooden piece, like the houses and the teddy bears that were on the collection that I just showed you. I had a little kitty cat, and for each of these little wooden pieces I just had to drill a little hole to make it a charm. So different beads and buttons down the spine, and there's some little jingle bells and pine cones and stuff like that as well. Just really pretty cute little charms hanging down, little blue star bottle. And then for the closure I've just done eyelets again, and then this one just has some white seam binding so you can just tie it closed. This journal actually measures about 10 by just under 6, I think. Yeah, the pages are just under 6 inches. So let me show you inside this book. Because it's got the fabric cover, I didn't attach anything here or in the back either. But inside it's just got this really cute little rocking horse Christmas pattern. And then as I flick through, you'll see all of these Christmas Pal papers that I used in here. So cute little doggies. There's little dogs eating gingerbread, which is really, really cute. And most of the pages in this book are made up with scrapbook paper. So a lot of the papers are from that particular paper pad, and then I've tied in a few different ones along with some vintage papers and some craft paper. And I've just tucked various bits and pieces into all the pockets. So if you are an animal lover or you're a fur baby mum, this might be the Christmas journal for you. There's a vintage Christmas hanky, and I just stitched along the side there to make a pocket. And some more of the children's book pages, which turned out really perfectly because they had lots of animals, especially cats and dogs. In these pockets I just tucked in some pieces of this vintage wrapping paper that has doggies on it. So I've just folded them up to fit them into the pockets, but if you take them out you can use them as backgrounds on the pages. Just glue them down. Another pocket there. Little tab. So really nice big pages and really nice paper as well. Really nice weight. Just cute little tags that came with the paper collection. Fold out page. This page is like kind of glittery. Cute little doggies. Pocket there with just a few bits tucked in that you can use. So a little Christmas ruffle done with some of that ribbon that I used to make the tabs. This book also has a little bag full of extra pieces as well, just like the others. So I used this little linen as sort of like a little tab. I wanted this to hang out a little bit so that you could see it when it's closed. So I just stitched it on in a way that created like a little pocket there. Little pocket. Really, really cute papers in this book. Just different bits and pieces tucked into the pockets. This one again had a little puppy in the image, which I thought was perfect. So I included that one in this book. Another pocket there. Another vintage hanky page. So again, just tucked some bits and pieces in there, and you can use those to make anything you want in your journal. So you can use it as pockets, or you can make little tags or little journaling cards, or pretty much anything you want to embellish it. So lots of cute little funny little tags and journal cards that came with the paper pad. There's another pocket on this side. Little cute bits and pieces. And then I did another one of those photo pockets for this journal as well, so you can slip a photo in there. And then I just tucked it into this hanky page. And then coming towards the end of the journal, page. There is the back. So again, I tried to match the colours of the front and back pages in each book. I just felt like that was a nice little detail. So this collection is going to go up for sale as usual on my website. The details will be down below. And for this journal, I decided to do an auction for Sweet Pea so that we can try and raise as much as we can for the rescue. And so I think how I'm going to do that is I'm going to set up a temporary page on my website, which I'll link down below, and it will be a blind bid, so you can bid what you're willing to pay for the journal on the website. It will be all private. There'll be a submission form where you can submit it, and I'll leave the auction open for at least a couple of days so that it gives everyone time to participate if they would like to. And then at the end of that date that I set, I will go through and I'll find the highest bidder, and I'll send through a PayPal invoice for this journal so they can pay for it. And when you place a bid, you're only bidding what you are willing to pay for the book itself. The shipping I'm going to cover myself, so don't worry about shipping costs. It's just what you're willing to pay for this journal. I am going to have all the information on that web page. There is going to be a minimum bid or a starting bid, so that we can raise at least what this book would be worth normally for Sweet Pea. But I'm hoping we can raise even more than that. If you would like to donate to the rescue but you're not interested in this journal, I am going to also have in my Etsy shop a new printable linen pack. It's going to be pack number 20, and during the same dates that this is up for auction, if you purchase that particular vintage linen pack, all of the funds that accumulate for that particular pack will also go towards the rescue. So I'll put all of the information down below, and if I've missed anything or if you have any questions, you can also just leave them down below, or you can contact me through my website. They just do such great work at Sweet Pea. They do it all out of love. There's nothing in it for themselves. They don't benefit from it except for helping all of these animals who are most often just abandoned, which is really, really sad. They do it all out of love. I've only been volunteering a small amount of my Saturday each week, and that's only a very small fraction of the work that they do. And so yeah, what they do is amazing. It blows me away. I'm hoping that we can raise a little bit of money to help the little dogs and kitty cats at Sweet Pea. So I'm going to leave it there. If you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!